Parama, he is a Dayalu, Parama Dayalu, we say, so he is so merciful that they are able to see. The devotees are able to see the Lord's merciful benediction at every step, irrespective of whether it is favorable or unfavorable. Actually, I just posted a note about this karma thing that was being discussed. Uh, I don't know. I think was it Bhaktiodaya Prabhu responding to Pallavi Mataji's question about Bhishma Dev's karma and all that. So at the end of the day, it is actually it depends on how we see it, how we accept it, whether it is a good thing or a bad thing. So Narada Muni also could have taken it as a result of his bad karma and all that. Because the word karma it became cliched. We use the word cliched. Cliched means we use it so many times that we forget what it actually means. We use the word transcendental so many times. Right? We use the word nectar so many times, but you don't really understand what is nectar and what is transcendental, what is mercy. All these words we don't understand. When we, in other words, English language has a, uh, subtle drawback of you not able to connect with the word which you are speaking. You see, like when you say Damaru word, for example, Damaru or Tumula word is used, Damaru word is used. That word itself will mean that something that makes sound, isn't it? Like Mrudanga, that word itself will make you feel like there is some sound. It is associated with that sound, for example, isn't it? So, but then on the other hand, if you see, English words are all used for covering up. For example, when you say a machi kata hai, means that word itself is like you will feel like it is so horrible to even think about, right? I don't know. Somebody had put some post of that live frog sitting in the plate. I was like, man, in some status, somebody had put that in the prasadam plate. Somebody is eating frog, so they want to eat it live. So they kept it live on the thing and to kill it and then eat it in the live in the plate itself. And so it's machi khata hai, mas khata hai. When we say this, actually that word will make us feel that it's not the right thing to do. But on the other hand, English has is the best language to use for covering up anything. Don't call it as machli and all that. We call it seafood. Seafood means very nice, just like in the land, this the grains are growing, all these things are growing like that from ocean is coming from this is growing from there, some food. So nothing to do, just kill it and eat. So they use these words, meat, this uh, uh, seafood, anything to sweep under the carpet. English is the best language to use. See? So the thing is, the words don't associate with the actual meaning of that object or situation, whatever that you are referring to. So that is why this word karma, karma is actually a Sanskrit word, but when we talk about action, reaction, and all that, we use the word action many times. Action means it's an action. But if you think of it as a papa, word papa is even more intense and it is closer to the reality, right? It is even more closer to the reality of the object or anything that it is indicating. So that's why I was thinking, I was going through, and I was also talking to some people who were kept telling that maybe it's because of my bad karma, it's all my karma, it's all my karma. But then the problem is that when you say it's all my karma, it's my past karma, etc., you don't really feel it while saying that. Isn't that true? We don't really feel it. Because when you use the word karma so many times, see, it can be a bad karma or a good karma. Is it intentional or unintentional? We don't know. It has harmed another person or not? We don't know. The other person have felt they have felt inconvenienced or things that we don't know. But if you explicitly use this word, that, okay, because of my thing, this devotee got inconvenienced, that this living entity was disturbed by my speech, my words, or my action, then you will not be able to sleep in the night. Then you see that, oh my God, I heard something, and this devotee, very poor guy, is an innocent guy, I unnecessarily disturbed him. Then he said, I just did a karma. Then you will sleep peacefully in the night after doing the wrong things also. Right. So this is the funny thing about our language.
Flowery
Uh,
words.
Flowery words. Yeah, it's covering up basically. So that's why we should always think that if anything that is happening to me that is inconveniencing me or disturbing me, making me anxious, it is nothing but an effect of a past situation where I had committed something by which I have inconvenienced others. We may call it as intentional, unintentional, whatever that may be. That is the problem. The fact is that the problem is that the other person is inconvenienced. That why other person is disturbed, right? So I think Suresh was saying something. Production of animal-based livestock is associated with high carbon footprint, which contributes significantly to the acceleration of global climate. Innovations such as global warming and climate change can be minimized by adopting the concept of it and other animals. Yeah, this is true, Prabhu. This is really true. That's why we want to, like somebody said this, no, that if only all the slaughterhouses had glass doors instead of covered thing, nobody would eat meat, right? So the thing is, it's covered up. It's completely covered. It comes in a nice plastic cover like a papad which is coming, that ham or whatever they call it. So they just take it and put it. There's no obnoxiousness associated with it. So there's no violence. You don't think of the violence of those people. So many people had been involved in that whole thing. And how I am being a part of that whole thing also. This is at a gross level, eating what you call our non-vegetarian foods and all that. That's at a very gross level, exclusive gross. But devotees go to the certain level. My Guru Maharaj, so Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj used to say that what do you speak, what do you think of just meat? Your tongue itself is such a it's such a strong, violent this thing weapon that it's a dueling sword. With that, we are cutting so many people's heart without creating the pain in their pain, without spilling a drop of blood. We are harming, we are piercing their heart, and which stays forever. Yes, Swapna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I was going to ask this question
Uh-huh.
that while speaking we are committing mistake, while cooking we are committing sins, while dealing with devotees, while thinking we are making mistakes. So if we want to go back to Godhead, we have to nullify this baggage. So whatever we have done in past karma due to ignorance, that we have to face in this birth. But also knowing, being in knowledge, we are making
Or it can
mistakes.
be in future birth also, not only in this birth. It can come in future birth also, because it might not have been fructified enough to come and harm us.
So here I took into consideration that we are in Krishna consciousness. We'll
No,
practice
doesn't mean,
properly.
no. Just because you are a devotee doesn't mean all the karmas will be. That's why I wanted to respond. It's not that all the karmas will be nullified in this lifetime itself. In other
So
words, it eventually karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. That is of course there. But if some particular karma is not yet fructified enough to come and harm you, those are the ones that will come after you become devotees also. They may come and harm you. Like in the case of Bhishmadev also, right? That he had to suffer through even though he was a pure devotee. So again, we have to understand one thing. Um, this past karma thing is applicable only for those who are not pure devotees. In Bharat Maharaj case or Jada Bharat Maharaj case also, when you say those who are not pure devotees, means they are still thinking that they are still thinking that I have to extinguish my karmas somehow or other by bhakti. In other
mm,
words, those who are still thinking that through bhakti I can destroy all my karmas, they are not pure devotees.
mm,
They do bhakti independent of whether your karma is affecting you or not. That's why Kalacakra Kṛṣṇa prays Krishna, na asta dharme, na vasuniche, naiva kamopapoge. I don't want wealth, I don't want all the desires, all these the sense gratifications. I don't want to collect all the different possessions, wealth, etc. He says, I don't want all that. Then, yad yad bhavyam pavatu bhagavan purva karmanu rupam. Whatever I have to enjoy or suffer because of my purva karma, let it happen. I have not come here to nullify that. I am not doing this bhakti to nullify that. You understand? So many times we talk about see bhakti in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and in many places it is mentioned that by bhakti you can destroy the karma, etc. That is to give us the confidence that yes, you don't have to worry much about this thing. But when you come to pure devotional service, you are not doing bhakti to get rid of the karma. You are not bhakti to get rid of the effect of the karma. You are doing bhakti only to please Krishna. So during that process, if you are getting if the effect of your past karma, whatever that may be, they don't bother. The devotees take it in their stride. Whatever has to happen, let it happen as per my past karma is saying, no? Like that, let it come. Even if I have to take 100 more births, 1000 more births, it doesn't matter to me. Because my bhakti, I am not doing to get rid of this thing. My first and foremost, or the only reason why I am doing bhakti is to please Krishna, to serve Krishna, to develop that eagerness to serve Krishna. That's all. If you have that attitude, then even that karma comes, you won't be worried about. Like your heavy rains are coming, you take your umbrella and go, you don't have any problem, isn't it?
Okay.
It's like that. The karma, the rains will be there. You cannot stop the rain, but you can carry an umbrella. So for that only, when you are absorbed, completely absorbed in the devotional service, in the joy of attempting to please Krishna, attempting to serve Krishna, you will not bother. Something bad comes, somebody comes and does something to us. Like you will be doing very nicely. Suddenly somebody will come and tell something to you to disturb your mind. So the devotee doesn't take it, why I am all right, why is he doing like that? You will not think like that.
Okay. Prabhuji, I am not in that state that I am worried of my mistakes because that is going to create more. Because I if I speak something and somebody gets hurt, so I am creating karma. So how to clear that?
No, you are, see, don't think that I am not in that state. Is there any other option? Not being in that state is, Krishna is not bothered about it.
Okay.
We know that this is what is the right thing now. When you know that this is the way to do, you attempt to it. Don't think that I am in this state only, I cannot do that. No, see, Krishna is actually protecting us much better. In the meantime, I just wanted any one of the devotees to, can you help Pallavi Mataji? She tries to join, but she is not able to. She keeps telling that she is not able to start. Maybe she may have to try from, say, her phone or some other phone or whatever. If it is possible, maybe Piyush Prabhu or someone can, or Shiva Prabhu, one of you can help her. Offline, you can try to help her while I'm answering this question. That's a very important thing to discuss. Uh, we need to understand it very clearly. See, me being not in that state does not mean that I should not aspire to be in that state. Correct, Mataji. So when I say that, oh no, I want to somehow or other get rid of it, that thought itself will keep. See, the thought itself will keep putting you in that, it will lock you into that loop, and you will think that forever you'll be asking the same question. So that's why whenever devotees ask me now that, oh, Prahlad Maharaj is a great devotee, Kunti Maharaj is a great devotee, I am not in that level. You know that you are not in that level, so better try to be in that level. Why you keep telling? No, forever, eternally, even to Krishna will say the same thing. Krishna, I am not in that level. No, the problem is that we know that we are not in that level, but we want the effect, the results or the fruits of being in that level.
Yes.
Isn't it? How will it work? I want to be glorified like Krishna should accept me like how he has accepted Kunti and Prahlad. No, Krishna says, man, you become like Kunti and Prahlad, you become like Krishna. Then I will give you the same treatment. In the office, you don't ask. In the office, you say, okay, that person is, no, he is doing better, I am giving him better increment. Okay, fine, you keep quiet, we don't even say anything. But with Krishna, just because he's keeping quiet, no, we are taking too much advantage. So, so the thing is, we have to really see where we are. One thing is very clear: Krishna has a pakka account. The account is completely foolproof. There is not a single point, not one difference also between our pending karmas to be experienced and what state we are in. We should be really happy that Krishna is giving these effects of our karma in small drops. If only we say let all the karma get over this time, then actually you should be you should be really worried. Because if Krishna puts all our karmas and now you enjoy and suffer and then get rid of it, then we will really be buried in that mountain load of karma and we will not be deep devotion go away, isn't it? We will just disappear. We will vanish from this only. We should be very thankful to Krishna that he is giving in small doses. Okay, so like this 100 lifetimes from now we were doing this or that I'm giving you now. So that prarabdha karma, the fructified karmas, they are coming in small drops. So we should be happy that it's coming in small drops. Otherwise, with the kind of chanting that I am doing and with just some haphazard reading that I am doing, how do you think this will destroy our strong karmas that we have seen over the years? It's not just the karma. The karma has created a tendency in us. It has created a tendency in us that tendency is not going away. You understand what I'm saying? It's a tendency that we should be worried about. It's not the actual karma itself. Because the tendency keeps making us do again and again and again the same mistake. Once karma done, that effect is there. You get one mistake you do, you get a beating, that is okay. But that beating, the pain of that beating goes away immediately, isn't it? Do you remember, do you think we all remember the pain that we experienced in our birth? Or even the last fever, the sickness that we experienced, do you think we remember that pain now? We don't. We have forgotten it, right? So Krishna has to keep giving this in doses, small doses. When the fever comes, when the pain comes, then we start praying little more intensely. Then it goes down. Fever goes down, our bhakti also goes down. Right? Of the intensity with which you are going to pray. So we should see this whole thing of this karma, this in a different perspective. I remember once when I was sitting and talking with Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. At that time, alone we were talking. At that time, he was telling for one of my situations, he said, I don't see any sins in this life for your situation, but maybe something from the past. Then I thought over it, and I said, why Maharaj is using the word sin? He could have used the word karma, but he didn't use the word karma. He said he used the word sin. You see, then I thought over it. Why Maharaj is saying sin? When we think over our activities as a sin, we don't want a solution or being absolved for it quickly. In other words, we will have to repent. Anything that we do, I say, oh my bad past karmas, when will it get extinguished? That's why last week we said a service should be done with repentance. Right? Devotional service should be done with repentance. Not just that, oh, I missed all this time doing bhakti. That is one way. But so much inconvenience I have given to others, so much harm I have done to others. And that is all coming back to hurt me now. And let me take it all with full humility, with complete humility. Because I have harmed others. When we think that way, then somebody is harming me, I feel disturbed, So when I harm others, then they will feel disturbed. I may have done it unknowingly also, but that does not mean that the person who is hurt, he will say, oh, he did unintentionally, let it be. No, he will feel the hurt anyway. And it also depends on the kind of people. Those who are like, they are really neophytes, they may really curse us. So, Krishna really wants us to be more conscious, be more sensitive to others. Sensitive is the right word. Being sensitive to others is very important. The problem is that we are more sensitive to ourselves. A small thing somebody says, we become very sensitive. So we say, Prabhu, I am very sensitive. What do you mean sensitive? We are not sensitive to others, but we are sensitive to ourselves. That means ego. This again, the sensitivity is a word that actually nothing, it's ahankar only. In Sanskrit, you will get a clear, like black and white meaning. But in English, you will have all covering up. Prabhu, I am very sensitive. And you are just egoistic. That's what you are calling it in a very covered way. Right? Then somebody says, Prabhu, why are you doing like this? Then immediately get, Prabhu, I am sensitive to this. Please don't disturb me. Don't. Please talk softly. If you talk loudly, I become sensitive. It's ahankar, nothing else. You would have done something because of which you are getting it. There's nothing in this world, nothing in this world that is happening in our life which we don't deserve. Everything we deserve. We deserve because we have done something. We have done something to others which disrupt them. So Krishna, somehow or other, this law is made in such a way that we are disturbing others. That's why they are from somewhere else the disturbance comes to us, right?
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
that's why it's very, very nice that when Maharaj told me that, I was thinking about it. Because if it had just simply said karma, I don't see any karma in this life, but I see something in the past, then I would have gone with a victim attitude. See, I just did something in the past. Why it is coming to disturb this time? And then I would have gone on to, first I will go in a victim attitude, victim mode. Then I will go into counteraction mode. I will find out which way I can counteract this karma. Right? But if I see it as a sin or a disturbance I have caused to others, yeah, I really did a sin. So for sin, the only way to come out of that sin is to destroy the root cause. That is my thoughts, my tendencies, the mental thinking that I had, the thoughts I had in committing that sin. I can be sometimes very careless about others also, and I would have done it. I would have ignored somebody. So that carelessness is also a problem. You see, that is why when I'm drinking water, our Vedic ways they'll say, you touch the thing on your head and then drink, because it is Krishna's mercy. And when you walk on the floor, the sages they touch the floor and because saying to Mother Bhumi that I'm sorry, I'm stepping on you, but I have no other shelter than you. Please help me walk or sit. So that is our Vedic way. We don't disturb even non-living entities and just ignore and go away. Everything we see it as Krishna's part and parcel. That is why I'm not saying that we should be so conscious that we forget what we are doing. Hey, I'm disturbing this person or not, I'm disturbing that person or not. Then you will end up into disturbance consciousness only. No, that is not the way. Overall, we should see that, yes, let me be humble. Like, let me be conscious of the fact that everything is Krishna's property. I should be careful. Right? So, Piyush Prabhu is throwing some bombshell here that our agam dunvansi kasyena kechit kevalaya bhaktya वासुदेव परायणः अहम दुन्वन्ति कास्येन मेघारम इव भास्करम. Beautiful thing. And thank you for that other point also, Prabhu. Ajamila repented sincerely after Vishnudutta saved him from Yamdutta. That's why he was given that time period to repent. That's why he was made to listen to all the his accounts from the Yamdutas. Vishnudutas made him listen to all his good and bad activities, and then he came to know that, hey, all these things are sins. How much disturbance I have given to my wife, how much disturbance I have given to my parents, how much harm I have done to my children by doing all these things. I was attracted to some lady, but then I am supposed to have protected my actual wife and family. I didn't do that. All these things were listed by others. Remember, this is a very nice thing actually. When someone else lists our sins, we will feel more about it. We will repent for it. If nobody says, they'll say, you just think about yours, you think over yourself and think. Then we will very conveniently take only those which are less painful to us to think about. Those which you have done very deep sins, and we will not think about, we will try to avoid thinking about them. No, please don't remind me about it. Let me just keep my other side. Isn't it? This is our this is our natural psychology. That's a thing that we should try to be careful about. That's why when Mara told that maybe something from the past, he said, when my first time I used it, I don't see any sins in this lifetime. Maybe something from the past. Then I said, well, thinking over it. It's why Maharaj is using the word sin. Krishna keeps using the word karma. Karma is a very generic thing. Positive, negative, or everything you put that thing as karma. But then for us to really feel and repent about it, you should see that as a papa or sin. Even the English word sin is a little better than simply you saying action and reaction.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, yeah, Youth Prabhu always says nice realizations. We cannot see our back, others can see. This is how the whole body is made in such a way. Krishna has designed his whole body in such a way that we can only see others' back, not our own back. Others only can see our back. You can front, you can see. Back, we cannot see. Without anyone's help, we cannot see our back. That's a very, very beautiful point. So, thank you for that nice point. Thank you. Pallavi Mataji, I think you have joined. Sorry, sometimes it creates problem. Is she there? I think she left. Maybe.
Yes, joined Prabhuji.
Yes, but I saw her joining, but then she left. I think. Anyway, not to worry. Sometimes this network and other things are also. Okay, so let's get into this next. This particular line is very beautiful in the 1:6:10. Confidential devotees of the Lord see in every step a benedictory direction of the Lord. See, this is a very thing I was thinking about it. See, suppose you are saying that Krishna, this karma is there. Somehow or other, by devotional service, Krishna has destroyed this karma. So now I am free of that karma. Say, suppose that is the thing. Now, you will feel, okay, benedictory action of the Lord. Okay, say Krishna has removed my karma. Now, suppose Krishna is giving you the result of that karma, of that sin, right? You have to suffer through for that. Then also we should feel benedictory about the Lord. We should feel, we should actually feel the Lord's mercy there. Why? It's because just like the child doesn't listen, then the teacher hits the child, or the parents hit the child. They are not doing it out of envy. They are doing it to correct the child out of love. So when we get the reactions of our karma, even while doing bhakti, we should be very, very happy that Krishna is so lovingly trying to correct me. You see this? Because nobody really, nobody really, a genuine person would not want to occupy a position for which he is not qualified to be. Yes, sir. Am I making sense? If we are genuine about our own position, we will not want to occupy a position that which we don't deserve to be and we are not qualified for. They may tell you, oh, you are promoted to this role, you are promoted to that designation, etc. You will not feel. I mean, the genuine person will not feel about it. Puttumara says, no, when you are glorified and venerated by the priest. So this we have to be very careful. Yes, Gaurav Prabhu, you have a question or point?
Yes, Prabhu, just I wanted to share a little observation while I was reading this line. Confidential devotee of the Lord, see in every step the benedictory direction of the Lord. I mean, very nicely Prabhupada has put it. While we are, whatever is happening to us, Prabhu, the thing is we should be moving in the right direction. And Prabhupada, by saying that benedictory direction of the Lord, it means that Prabhupada doesn't want us to stay at the same position. He wants us to move. He wants us to
Beautiful,
move and
beautiful.
giving us the
Just move
direction.
on. Yeah,
Yes,
just move
Prabhu.
on. Doesn't matter. No,
Yes,
yes,
Prabhu.
this time you didn't do. Let's just keep moving on. Krishna will, as a, like a river flowing, we should keep moving. Yesterday also I was saying this point that if you have a still water body, it may look like a little. It may look like a little, like clear, somewhat clear. But then you stir it with a stick or something, then all the dirts come out, right? Because whatever is still, that is all the dirt and everything is all inside. It is not got dissolved. Whereas in a moving water, it will be very clear. So even if you stir it, for some time the mud will come, that will also get flown away. Again, it will become clear. You
Yes,
see,
Prabhu.
this is the beautiful thing about devotional flow, the flow of devotional service. Again and again, Prabhupada uses this word, flow of devotional service. So,
Can I
such
share
a,
one more incident,
yes,
Prabhu,
yes,
yesterday?
please.
Prabhu, I was distributing books yesterday at a petrol pump. So then a person came and he was having a shikha also and things like that. And he actually started shouting at me that why are you distributing these books and ye acha nahi lagta hai, aisa nahi karna chahiye, and this and that. And he started telling everybody. So I thought, what should I do? Then I thought, I mean, there is no use in arguing with them. Let me move on. Let me focus on where I need to put my focus on. So that way, I mean, I was able to relate to it. So I mean, wherever we need to put our attention, I think I mean, Krishna gives us the direction, and it actually helps us to understand, I mean, where we should put our attention actually.
Yeah, it's very true. Nice point, Prabhu. This way we get such a nice realizations. When somebody says it also, you get benedictory direction, as you said very nicely. Krishna is giving like, okay, go in this direction, go in this direction. He's giving us a like it's the Guru Karna Dara, means he's the captain of the ship, right? All the Shastric instructions are like the favorable wind. Hmm? Plava, Guru Karna Daram. It's a nice verse. It is there in the 11th canto. Like all the different instructions. And,
We have discussed it before. I think.
yeah, discussed it before. Yeah, oh, nice. So can we move on to the next 2-3 verses that are very nice. Now, because of this thing, he is seeing like benedictory direction of the Lord. He started going around. He didn't care where he is going, because somebody who has a house or somebody to waiting for you, you can go back home, or you have that in your back of your mind. When you don't have anybody to waiting for you, you just go anywhere. Just keep moving around. Wherever there is a call, the calling, they call it, no? The calling is there. I can hear the call. So I just keep moving on. So let's read this verse number 11. Anybody wants to recite this verse? Thank you for quoting that verse, Prabhu. Nrudeha madhyam sulabham sudurlabham. Actually, sulabham means we got it very, very easily. That is very, very rare. We got it very easily. That's why we are not valuing it. What is that very easily that we got? What is very rare to get? That is a human body. Our human body is very rare to get, but we got it very easily just like that. So we don't think that, hey, this body, if it goes, it will not get it again. Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadar. It's very difficult to get the Sastric directions, and on top of it, very difficult to get a guru, a genuine guru. And Maya Nukula Nabasvateritam. Human Bhavabdim Nataresa Atmaha. Maya Anukulena. By my Anukula. Krishna is telling to Uddhava, my Anukul, my Kripa, you are getting this. And without this, you Bhavabdim, you cannot taret, you cannot cross the ocean of this material birth and death. Okay, so let's read the next verse. Yeah, anybody wants to read this verse? 11, verse number 11.
Hare Krishna, may I, Prabhu?
Please, Prabhu.
1611, Prabhu.
Yeah, 1611. Spitan Janapadam.
Spitan Janapadam Statra Puragrama Vrajakaran Ketakharvatavatischa Vanani Upavarani cha.
Yes, translation, Prabhu.
After my departure, I passed through many flourishing metropolises, towns, villages, animal farms, mines, agricultural lands, valleys, flower gardens, nursery gardens, and natural forests.
We'll go to the next one. See, no, this. Let's read this purport. See, this purport. Good purport.
Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Man's activities in agriculture, mining, farming, industries, gardening, etc. were all on the same scale as they are now, even previous to the present creation, and the same activities will remain as they are even in the next creation. After many hundreds of millions of years, one creation is started by the law of nature, and the history of the universe repeats itself practically in the same way. The mundane wranglers waste time with archaeological excavations without searching into the vital necessities of life. After getting an impetus in spiritual life, Sri Narada Muni, even though a mere child, did not waste time for a single moment with economic development, although he passed towns and villages, mines and industries. He continually went on to progressive spiritual emancipation. Srimad Bhagavatam is the repetition of history which happened some hundreds of millions of years ago. As it is said herein, only the most important factors of history are picked up to be recorded in this transcendental literature.
So this very nice point Prabhupada was mentioning here, that he went through all these places. Normally, when we go through the flourishing metropolises, Pitan, Janapadan, Ludan, Pitan, Janapadan, Statra, sorry. Janapadan means metropolis, like cities and where too many people are there. We know how our cities like Mumbai, Delhi, all these Bangalore and Chennai, all these places, they're all like so much overcrowded, right? And they are flourishing. Pitan, Janapadan, etc. And Pura Grama, Rajakara, Grama in villages also. He is going everywhere. He's experiencing every place, and he's not attached. Sometimes you go to some very nice place and say it's so nice to have a house here, or so nice to have a place here, or things like that. We generally tend to have some such thoughts coming in our mind. But because of his previous um, uh, cultivation or training that he received, culture training that he received from those saintly people, he was not attached. He just observing everywhere. Oh, here people are like this. Here people are like this. In either way, he is both equally neutral. There is no thing he has. Okay. So that is an important point we should learn. And second, next two verses also he goes like that. Then next verse. Who wants to read the next verse? Anyone? Chitra Dhatu, Chitrati. Then you go to mines. Suppose we go passing across mines. Sorry,
I will
Prabhu, he's
read
passing
this.
across. Yes, Prabhu. So he is passing across mines also. These mines means suppose say he definitely might have passed through gold mines also. And gold mines means so much gold they would have been getting, silver mines, gold mines, whatever they will be getting. And those gold, the moment you see that, immediately we'll start thinking, hey, gold is there, we'll do this, we'll do that, we can create a business, we can open chains of jewelry shops, and these are all these things, gem shops, jewelry shops, and all gems also will be mines will be there. But he is not attached to all these things. He is just seeing that, okay, this world has all these things, but everything is temporary. So we have to we have to be thinking about, last week we discussed that, no? Yavat svasto deha tavat mrityuscha duratah. Tasmat atmahitam kuryat pranamte kim karishyati. After you lose the prana, how will you do atmahitam? How will you do, how will you think about self-realization? So better do it when you are around only. Okay. So let's.
चित्रधातु विचित्राधिन् इव भग्नाभुजद्रुमान् जलस्याञ्चिव जला नीलानि सुरसेविता चित्रस्वनैपत्ररतैर्विभ्रमभ्रमरश्रियः. I passed through hills and mountains full of reservoirs of various minerals like gold, silver, and copper, and through tracts of land with reservoirs of water filled with beautiful lotus flowers, fit for the denizens of heaven, decorated with bewildered bees and singing birds.
So he is passing through all kinds of places, like gold mines or everything, and beautiful places also. When you go near beautiful lakes or rivers, you feel like spending more time there, right? But everything is temporary. We should just be happy that okay, we are there. But then our main aim is to cultivate the what you call the consciousness inside us, that we see everything as they are, but not being attached to that place. Otherwise, we'll get attached to staying in the rivers. After some 10 years, some industries will come and spoil that river. Then we will again think, what is this bad thing? Let's go to another place. Then we will become too much river conscious or too much mountain conscious, right? Wherever it may be, end of the day, we should be Krishna conscious. That is the whole idea here. The next verse. Who was the next verse?
नलवेणु सरस्तंभ कुश कीचक गह्वरम एक एवातियातोहम आद्रक्षम विपिनम महात् घोरम प्रतिभ्याका
Pratibhayakaram.
प्रतिभ्यांकारं व्यालोलोकशिवाजिरं
Shivajiram.
शिवाजिम्. I then passed alone through many forests of rushes, bamboo, reeds, sharp grass, weeds, and caves, which were very difficult to go through alone. I visited deep, dark, and dangerously fearful forests, which were the play yards of snakes, owls, and jackals.
See, we also went to this Jambavan caves in near Porbandar, where Jambavan married Jambavati to Krishna. Such a beautiful place. You go inside the cave, you feel so pin drop silence, and you feel very peaceful. Though of course, air-wise, it is difficult to get the air circulation much there, but then you will not feel so much. But if you go there, you will feel like, oh, I want to sit here and do some nice reading or sing. It's so so quiet and peaceful. But we can't stay there forever. We can stay there maximum for 1 hour, 2 hours, half a day maximum maybe. After that, we'll start looking for where will I get what. I need water, I need food, I need this, I need that. So it is not so easy to stay in these kinds of places. It may look attractive, certain places, but then after some time, our mind will tell you that no, we need something this. Like the Saubari also, under the water, he was there for so long. Then after so many years, he wanted to marry. So many years of meditation, right? So this is how our mind keeps our mind keeps tricking us. Okay, so this purport is also very nice.
It is the duty of mendicant to experience all varieties of God's creation by traveling alone through all forests, hills, towns, villages, etc. To gain faith in God and strength of mind, as well as to enlighten the inhabitants with the message of God.
It's such a beautiful, beautiful line here, Prabhu's Mataji. This is how Prabhupada's purports are explained. If you had not written this second part of this line, we will all be taking our bags and going around for picnic. Half the time we go for picnic and all for okay, let's have some lighter time, let's go for a picnic, etc. But then see the purpose of going and traveling to all kinds of places. Prabhupada says we all have to experience all the different places, both that which is good. That's why in this particular verse, you see, alone he went to deep, dark, dangerous, fearful forests and all these rushes, bamboo, reeds, sharp grass. He was not wearing sneakers and all and going. He was walking barefoot. So sharp grasses and all would have pierced his thorns and all would have pierced his legs. But he didn't mind it. He kept walking. He kept going on. And see, all these are the play arts of snakes and owls, etc. He didn't mind going in that thing also. In other words, He wanted to gain faith in God and strength of mind, as well as to enlighten the inhabitants with the message of God. Wherever he was going, he was giving Krishna consciousness. He is not saying, oh, here this is more favorable, I will go here. This place is nice, many devotees are there, I will go here. No, Prabhupada went to all kinds of places which were totally unfit for saintly people, because he wanted to enlighten them in the message of Krishna consciousness, isn't it? The purpose of traveling to all these places is to gain faith. Because when we see all these different places, we can see how nice Krishna has created these places. How nice places Krishna has created. It's for all the living entities are peacefully living here. I was thinking that for devotees are there only in India, but you can see devotees everywhere. I went to, when I was living in Japan, I used to go to all these other places to see how Krishna has created all these places so nicely. I would go, then a lot of natural resources are there. So I would go and I will sit in different places and each day and chant. And I really appreciated how they were maintaining these places. So I did not see any non-devotee in Japan the entire that year. I didn't. I mean, when you say from a devotee point of view, you don't find anybody chanting or tilak dhoti and all that. But everybody is very respectful. Everybody was treating the place as God-given place. We are talking so much about Krishna consciousness. We will see our roads, how much of junk, garbage are thrown. Nobody cares. As long as it is out of my window, it's fine. Anyone else get nonsense smell, it is their problem. Isn't it? Are we not doing it? We are totally insensitive in that sense. And when the Kudaiwala, Kachrawala, he comes, he keeps telling that put this here, put the what is that? Two things they have, no? For the plastic things and for the one. You put it, we will not care, we just mix everything and give, let them separate. So no
Dry and
sense.
wet catch.
Raji Prabhu?
Dry waste and wet waste.
Dry and wet, whatever. Dry waste and wet waste. I don't have the right English one. So we don't care at all. This is because we don't understand how to see not only people, even the surroundings, everything around us as expansions of Krishna. So three things he is telling: to gain faith in God and strength of mind, gain faith in God, strength of mind, as well as to enlighten the inhabitant to the message of God. This is the only purpose we should go around. Anywhere we go, wherever we go, these three things should be remembered. Yes, please continue further.
A sannyasi is duty bound to take all these risks without fear. And the most typical sannyasi of the present age is Lord Chaitanya, who traveled in the same manner through the central Indian jungles, enlightening even the tigers, bears, snakes, deer, elephants, and many other jungle animals. In this age of Kali, sannyasa is forbidden for ordinary men. One who changes his dress to make propaganda is a different man from the original ideal sannyasi.
Hmm.
One
Hmm.
should, one should, however, take the vow to stop social intercourses completely and devote life exclusively to the service of the Lord. The change of dress is only a formality.
See,
Lord Chaitanya,
if you remember last week, we saw that 11th canto chapter, no? Where those 10, 12 shlokas were there about how a renounced person should. He said, you should not go to the same house the next day. You should not repeat the same houses the next day. Because what will happen is, if I keep going to a place, then I will develop some attachment to that person, or whoever is giving us some charity. So one thing is, I will assume that they will anyway give. So I will not do my work sincerely, right? If I assume, it is already told that okay, you will get an increment whether you work or not, why would I work? They say that even if you go on leave, still you will get the increment. You come to work and do also, you will get the increment. Why will a person work? They will say you work like this, only then you will get the increment, then they will work. Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that is why we need to. Somebody is saying something. Oh, Chaturved Prabhu is telling, is saying not to leave. Yes, Prabhu, we will see you soon, Prabhu. I couldn't get to hear from you today, but see you. So it is very important that when we go also, we should go to different places, because you go to same person and preach, then that person will get familiarity breeds contempt attitude will come. So after some time, we will start treating more each other that way, and then neither that person will listen attentively to what we are speaking, and we will also speak with a certain hidden ulterior motive. So the interaction will not be honest and sincere. And moreover, they should, when they go to different places, then that uncertainty is there. Whether they will hear or not, they will give anything, they will give or whatever that is there. So when that uncertainty is there, we will be more sincere, isn't it? When certainty is there, we will not be sincere. When uncertainty is there, we'll be more sincere. We'll be thinking, oh, when will I get the darshan? When will I get the darshan? But if your certainty is there, this time you go, definitely it will be very easy to go. It will be easy to take darshan. People will go in that time only. They will not care. They will not care for other time. So it's always good to have that uncertainty. Um, Always expecting the unexpected. Maharaj would say that. So always expect the unexpected in this life. Everything will not be according to your plans and what you expect. Always there will be something that will happen in our life which we did never expected. Okay, let's read further, Prabhu. Any questions or
The
comments?
change
Please
of
feel
dress
free
is
to
only
share. Okay, Prabhu, please go.
the change of dress is only a formality. Lord Chaitanya did not accept the name of a sannyasi, and in this age of Kali, the so-called sannyasis should not change their former names following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. In this age, devotional service of hearing and repeating the holy glories of the Lord is strongly recommended. And one who takes the vow of renunciation of family life need not imitate the Parivrajikacharya like Narada or Lord Chaitanya, but may sit down at some holy place and devote his whole time and energy to hear and repeatedly chant the holy scriptures left by the great acharyas like the six Goswamis of Vrindavana.
Okay. Is this the section where Swapna Mata, you asked a question? Or was it, this is where you asked a
Yes, yes,
question?
Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah. So you should, so we should, what Prabhupada is saying here is that without proper maturity, we should not do this. Otherwise, what will happen is, we will get uh, uh, distracted very easily. For example, I will start thinking that I will go to here, I will go to there, some metropolis here, there, and all. Suddenly, you will find some nice girl or nice boy, and then you'll get attracted, and you'll forget about like our Pillumagal Thakur. You'll go somewhere else. If our main purpose is to develop Krishna consciousness, then we will continue there. So the Maya is not very. We should not take Maya very easy. We should not be careless with Maya. She can do anything she wants. So we have to be really careful about the whole thing. And we also discussed about this in the point. We are not everybody need to imitate Narada Muni and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all. You can sit down in whenever you feel like you go to Radha Kund, Sham Kund, you sit there, or you go to Govardhan, sit there and do some chanting, come back until the time comes when naturally the calling will be there. That you feel like, okay, there is a, I think I need to do more. That will naturally come on its own. You should not really force these things into our life. So, yeah, you see how he is giving the example of the Goswami Sabandhavan also. They were also sitting there in Vrindavana and they were continuously doing Krishna Kirtana Gana Nardana. So that is important. That is how Prabhupada is. So there is no one way to do devotional service. That's what the essence is. There is different ways to do devotional service, and what is really fitting for us, we will have to do. What really comes to us naturally at that point, it will be like to do. And Krishna will take us in the journey. You don't have to worry what will happen 10 years from now, what will happen 20 years from now. As we go along, Krishna will guide us. So we take Krishna as our guide and we keep going. Yes, Swapna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have got question in this key. When something is there for you, Krishna will take there. Uh, this sentence. So I was reading the book Srimad Bhagavatam Practice. Practice. I don't remember the name. So in that,
Yes, that's the book, Srimad Bhagavatam is correct.
so in that, this incident I had read many days back, few months back, and from that time only this is in my mind that the incidents comes that Maharaj had gone to buy the place for Rajkot temple, and there the landlord, he's not that ready. He's saying that इससे पूछना पड़ेगा, इसका है वो वैसा है, something happens, and Maharaj says that if it is not coming easily, it is not that there for you. So in my case, what happens that whenever I want to go out and do service, there is always an obstacle. Last Saturday, I went to the school. Over there, I had fever. I took the short lecture in 10 minutes, but then also I had fever. And after that, I am continuously ill. Whenever I need to go out and do service, there is a problem. Always health problems they arise. So I was trying to correlate why always this thing is happening. Krishna wants to, and all these years I have always worked from home only, service from home, Srimad Bhagavatam, distribution from home, donation from home, deity worship at home, everything at home, and and whenever I go
Lucky
out,
you.
this.
Lucky you, I said.
So I was trying to correlate two things, and third thing what happened that my one of my devotee friend, my Patmadarshak Guru, was not getting married, and we prayed for her. She got married and she got into more trouble.
Finally, you
So
prayed to get her into trouble.
but Prabhuji, now I think that when she was not married, that was more better. So, so I was thinking that all the incidences I was trying to correlate, not Maharaj going to see the Rajkot temple land, and he giving
I will
some
tell you
excuses.
I will tell you what Maharaj intended behind that actually. Maharaj actually did many things for which he put in so much more endeavor for his age. It's not that we should not misunderstand that thing. In fact, he asked us to do a lot more austerities many times. What I feel Maharaj has meant there is that which is not taking you, dragging you into material anxiety. You understand? You don't get into that things where you get into material anxiety, like too much starting to judge somebody, presuppositions. Suppose somebody is arguing with us, you cannot distribute books here. Immediately we think he's a demon. They may have some particular reason. They may have some other reason behind it, isn't it, Mataji? We always think that anybody who comes in the way of my devotion, we think that we are all sent by messengers of God. That everybody should immediately, the moment they see us, they should see us as pure devotees. That is how we go anywhere. But Krishna will send one auto rickshaw wala or Ola driver or some sabji mandi wala somebody who will reveal the our actual constitutional position. They say one thing and immediately our whole thing from inside boiling thing will come out. All things will come out, isn't it? So Maharaj in that particular incident where that person was dragging, he knew, but Paramatma indicated to him that this one is waste of time for us. So the other devotee who was really working so hard to somehow or other get that property, it was not in Rajkot, it was in Jamnagar. So he was, so when that happened, Maharaj thought that no, this devotee is getting too much into result-oriented activity. Somehow or other, he has fixed his mind that at any cost I should get this thing. So for that, he is somehow or other trying to appease this man, whatever. So Maharaj found that that person was taking advantage of our what you call by hook or crook, I should get it. Somehow or other, I should not hook or crook, by somehow or other, I should get it. You get me? So Maharaj has indicated different things to different devotees or different people according to that situation and according to what that devotee can handle. See, our idea should be that we should not get dragged down into the material anxieties and material thoughts like presuppositions and judgmental attitude. And thanks for that verse, Gaurav. Atyahara prayasascha. Atyahara prayasa. Too much of prayas means we have to endeavor, but it should not drag us down to material consciousness. Like I am doing, I should somehow or other get the result. That thought should not be there. Right? You got that, Mataji? That's what Maharaj meant. So hard work is not prohibited as long as you do it joyfully. Like how Madhavendra Puri carried hard work, the loads and loads of sandalwood thing all the way from where Remna, from Remna only, right? From there to all the way to Vrindavan he carried. He didn't put it in courier and send it across. He was physically is carrying it. All the toll wallahs, they were all leaving him go without any thing. So, but he carried so many loads of sandalwood all the way from, because that's what the Lord told him in the dream. He said, it's okay. I will, even if it is a hard labor for me, I'm happy to do. But that happy to do is important. You should joyfully take the austerity. Should not be when the joy turns into anxiety and disturbance or disturbs our consciousness when it is done with a fruitive mentality, an expectation of the result. Yes, Mataji. So that is where we should be careful, and that's what Maharaj is also indicating, that don't go into a situation where you are caught up in this result mode, this is fruits mode. Then you will be completely forgetting Krishna. Easy means with remembrance of Krishna. That's what it means. Easy means joyful. Easy does not mean not difficult activity. Easy means you do the most difficult activity also joyfully. Right? That's beautiful question, Mataji. A nice point here. Okay, so yes, this purport is completed, right? Yeah. So what we will do? Any other questions? We have any other questions? Otherwise, we can stop for the day. The devotees have the services also, and we'll continue with the next verse onwards. It's a very beautiful section coming up after this. So he's traveling everywhere, and he experiences all the places, and finally he comes to nearby a river where he sits and drinks some water, and that's where the beautiful journey even further starts and carries on forward. Any questions, comments? And fellow
Prabhu, I have
continue.
one. I
Yes,
have
Prabhu.
one question. Prabhu,
Yes,
just linked to the purport just that we read. So does this mean that I mean the time for us to actually do some preaching work? I'm talking about personally myself. So we'll be getting the message from inside only. Now is the time we can do that. Otherwise, I mean we can continuing doing our own practice of whatever we are reading and hearing.
So are you meaning that whether we are doing any kind of activity, will get the call from inside?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, but many times devotees also will say no, Prabhu. We speak to devotees, and that when they speak certain things, we will listen to them and follow. Because it's not that we should not become impersonal, thinking that oh, the call will come from inside, the call will come from inside, the call will come from outside also. From inside, Krishna will indicate someone outside. If we are pure enough, then the call will come from inside. But if we are still with the sadhaka stage, the calling bell also will be there, or some phone call, somebody will call, Prabhu, come, let's go and do book distribution, right? So you suppose you are committed to something, you may say, like suppose you are taking Bhagavatam class, and somebody is telling, Prabhu, come, let's go and do book distribution. And then you will see which one is the right call. You have to take the right call. You see, 100 people are sitting, or 50 people are sitting, and you have to give them. They are waiting to hear Krishna Katha. They want to experience Krishna. You see there, okay, I should complete this. Already I'm doing this seva. Then you tell the devotee, Prabhu, half an hour I will complete and come. Like that, we do it. So, end of the day, Krishna tests our consciousness. The Guru will be telling from outside. Then we will be telling the Guru, no, Guru, I am waiting. No, Guru Maharaj, I am still waiting for the inner call. Are man, inner colony, inner Paramatma is only coming outside like me, and we say that no. Prabhupada writes that Paramatma comes out and in the form of the spiritual master and speaks. So actually, one who is able to see Krishna everywhere he will see knowledge. Did I say this beautiful verse? Oh, I see Rakesh Prabhu raising his hand. Yes, Prabhu. Rakesh Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu. So when you're saying like we have to pay equal attention to internally whatever is beckoning us versus whatever we see externally from the external front, I think we need to pay more attention to whatever is kind of giving us from the external point of view, right? We have to, some of the things may be a distraction, some of the things might be something that is genuinely giving us a sense of direction. So
The super soul will give you instruction also, and give you the direction as to from where you should take the instruction. When somebody is speaking, if you are confused, oh, should I listen to this devotee or that devotee or this person or that person? If we genuinely pray to Krishna, very sincere, then Krishna will give us the indication to, okay, this is what you should. This is the person who is giving you the right thing. We'll listen to. So we don't have to worry much about that part. Only thing is that you sincerely pray to Krishna. Krishna, what should I do? I am trying to do this, but so and so devotee calls me here. How should I go about doing this? Give the direction. And whichever way it is, end of the day, one thing we have to be very 100% sure about. You cannot please everybody in this world. And don't worry about, don't do your activities to please everybody in this world. That's not going to work. You do it to please Krishna and Guru, automatically all the others will be. What is that? Vasudeva Upasana. No, what is that word? You go and worship Vasudeva and all others are automatically Sarva Deva Namaskar, something like that. When you worship Lord Vasudeva, all others get automatically worshipped. All others are automatically pleased. So that's a nice word that is. So this is how it is actually.
And I think in some sense the same thing applies internally also, right? Like when we have our own internal spirit talking to us, some of the things will be not making sense, some of the things will actually be making sense. So even there, I think we need to apply this concept of being able to.
The thing is, Rakesh Prabhu, actually, we should know where the message is coming from, whether it is coming from our own mind or is it coming from Paramatma. Mind also will speak like Paramatma only. That is why it is a very tricky thing. Mind will take the vesham, like it will put the vesh of Atma, and it will act as if it is the Atma. So for those who are not purified enough, they won't know the difference between mind and the Atma or Paramatma. They will get cheated by the mind, which is acting like Atma and giving the instructions. You got me? So this is where we need the help of a guru, especially in the beginning stages. As we go along, as we refine and become more and more mature in our life, then we will be able to easily see. Right? Like say, Prabhu, if you are you are in the beginning days of your office, you are just passed out college and you are joining a company. In the beginning days, you may not know what people are speaking, what are the instructions they are giving. Sometimes you get cheated, and as you go along, more and more experienced, then you will know when somebody is saying that you do this like this, then you do certain way. So you know what they mean, isn't it? Like Sapnam, in your profession also as a doctor, you will know initial days you will not know whether this is this is what this bacteria is indicating as a disease or that is what indicating as a disease. But with your practice you keep doing, then eventually you will say somebody coming with a headache automatically will say, oh, this is this virus, this is the medicine to give, right? Or somebody says, okay, for these things, it automatically be sorted out, isn't it? It doesn't come overnight, but through continuous practice. What is that verse? Beautiful verse. Pramanaihi, tat sadacharaihi, tat abhyasaihi nirantaram. Bodayan Atmanaha Atmanam Bhaktimapi Uttamam Labet. How do you attain Uttama Bhakti? So these three lines that Lord Krishna is telling to Brahma in the Brahma Samhita. Pramanaihi. Take out the pramanas. Pramanas means Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we have our Chaitanya Charitamrita and all these books that we have, right? So these are all the pramanas. Pramanaihi. When you take the pramanas, what do you take out from there? Sadachar. Take the Sadachar, like how Narada Muni is behaving. This is his Sadachar. He is not complaining to Krishna that you are taking everything away. What's the point? He doesn't complain anything. So that is a Sadachar. He is following the Bhakti Vedanta sincerely. That is a Sadachar. You are very obedient to his mother. That is a Sadachar. So these are all the Sadachars you should take from every page of Bhagavatam, from every character of Bhagavatam. So Pramanaihi Tat Sadachare. Then what comes? Tat Abhyasaihi. You start practicing it. What they did, it is not just to hear some story and go away, but you have to take it out and put it into practice. Tat Abhyasaihi. And again, Abhyasa is not just for one day in a year or one day in 10 years. Nirantaram, every single day, always we have to do. Every single instance that is coming every time, you have to do. So that Abhyasaihi Nirantaram, you have to practice. So by keeping on practicing it, our mind will slowly come into control. Right? It will get habituated to it. Still it will freak out. Then what we should do? Bodayan Atmanaha Atmanam. Bodayan means preaching. You have to preach the mind with the help of the Atma. This Atmanaha Atmanam, these two words are Atma only, but they mean two different entities. One is the mind, another is our soul. So the soul should preach to the mind. Wait, don't freak out. This is what you should do. Take out the Sadachar and try following. Continuously you follow, then you will automatically get the mind will get habituated to it. Like 10 days continuously you get up early, mind will automatically get habituated to get up early. 10 days you go for a walk and do some book distribution, automatically you will get habituated to it. So this verse is very, very powerful. Thank you, Krishna, for posting it there. Pramanahi Tat Sadacharahi. Daily go and bathe yourself with the instructions of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Just like we bathe externally, you should bathe internally by the Ganga like instructions of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Tat Sadacharahi. When you are reading, do the Sadachar. Tat Abhyasahi. Then start practicing it. And Nirantaram, again, continuously, with no breaks. And then Bodayan Atmanaha Atmanam. Even without break, when you do, the mind will freak out. It will say one day, it's okay, you did Mangalarti for so many days, stop doing Mangalarti. You have done chanting for so long, anyway, it's not working, come on, just go for a outing or a break. Like this, it will keep giving different instructions. It will preach to you. So before mind preaches to you, you should preach to the mind. Right? Bodayan Atmanaha Atmanam. Like this, gradually, you will reach Uttama Bhakti and please Krishna. That helps. So these shlokas are like lighthouses, they give us a direction. When the ship is nearing the shore, that water is not deep. There'll be a lot of rocks around, and it's dark also. So you will not know which direction to go. So that's the time the lighthouse, it shows the light. Come this side. This side is much better. You should come and anchor your ship or your boat here. So the Maharaj used to say that these shlokas are like lighthouse verses. So they give you the direction to how to go forward in your journey of life. We'll stop here, Prabhu Mataji. Thank you so much for your wonderful association today. We'll connect again. Krishna wedding next week. I may be busy with some programs, but we'll see if we can catch up in one of the weekdays for Prabhupada's Maranam. I think a couple of weeks already since we did meditate for Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Antapati Vaishnava ki jai, Nitai Gaur ki jai, Panchakabhagam ki jai. So much Prabhu Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you. Thank you. Thank you.